him up here, but first I want to say that I started coaching about 3.5, 4 years ago. And I'll be honest, at first I did it kind of as an extra income stream for me. I had the talent and the education. I had worked with another coach, kind of training under him for a little while, and thought, well, this is a great way for me to make a few extra dollars. I quickly learned that for me, it really wasn't about the dollars. It was about the relationships. It was about watching other people that I had the privilege of working with grow and to really realize their dreams and their goals and to kind of be part of the journey with them. There's been some great, incredible success stories, and I've really come to a point where I've been able to say these people are my friends and to have experienced some great opportunities and some great growth. Brian and his wife Christine actually were some of those first folks, and Brian has an engineering background, right? Yeah. And engineer's a little different than me. I'm that hair, right? Can't complete a full thought sometimes, but totally opposite for Brian. Definitely a very thoughtful, thorough guy, very detail-oriented, and I saw that immediately. They got involved working with me in coaching. We worked through some things. They became very successful very quickly at doing deals. And then Brian came up with this great idea for a business model, and we talked through it. And I have just been very excited and honored to watch the growth in a actually pretty short period of time. I think we're still calculating it in the matter of months, not years yet, with the new company. And it's been exciting because I've watched him help real estate agents, I've helped him watch fellow investors, and just recently, maybe I'm taking the cat out of the proverbial bag, but landing a contract with a national speaker to do online marketing for a national speaker in a big way. So we all know that marketing is the lifeblood of our business, and some of the traditional ways, while they still work, maybe not the most efficient way to go about things. And Brian has keyed in on some really cool, innovative ways to market your business. So with that, I'm going to bring my good friend and business partner, Brian Baker, to the stage to share with you his 10 billion leads.
All right. So who's having a great day so far? I'm Brian Baker. I'm very grateful to be here with y'all today. I know you guys some of you guys have seen this before, okay? So it's pretty much the same thing that you've seen before, but with a little bit of added content to it, all right? So, this is working. You good? Yeah, it's good. Raise your hand if you're ready to do more deals more often. Everybody raise their hands. Awesome. Okay. Today you're going to learn how to win the game of marketing, all right? I want you each to focus on success, okay? Together, we're going to open doors, grab attention, keep score, and win daily. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I want you to take lots of notes, by the way. Okay. I'm going to be telling you a lot of stuff, a lot of educational content here. I want this to be interactive, and feel free to photograph anything you guys see up here as well. All right. Let's begin. So first, I want to make sure that everyone here understands that we're each running an investing business. Not the idea.
Yes.
Okay. So marketing has two needs to fulfill, right? Your business needs profit to continue, and your client needs a solution to make a change in their life and move forward. Okay? Now, you can't solve every problem out there. And fortunately, your clients don't want you to. They only want you to solve their problem. So marketing really comes down to what you want. The kind of deals and clients that make sense for you. Okay? Write this down. When you know what you want, you're going to be able to market for it a lot more efficiently. For example, my target deals are rehabs and subject-tos in towns of 40 to 250,000 people. I work with private money, and I accept new lenders all the time, and I take action immediately. My deal clients are between the ages of 30 and 50 years old. They're family-oriented, they're low to middle income, and they're in need of a drastic positive change in their lives right now. So here's another thing to write down. When you advertise and let everybody know exactly what you're looking for, you're going to be more likely to find it. They're going to help you out. Okay? So would anybody here like to share what they want with the rest of us? What exactly they're looking for? Or maybe not exactly, but if you have an idea.
Well, it's fixer-uppers.
Fixer-uppers?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind? 3-2s?
Yeah, 3-2 residential family.
Yes.
We're looking for 4 or 5 bedroom, one-story homes that we can turn into several different things, one of them being assisted living.
Okay, interesting.
And yeah,
It's a big thing these days. Pretty good.
I'm looking for motivated sellers.
Motivated sellers. Well, a motivated seller can be a lot of things, though. I mean, I know a motivated seller who's trying to sell an ATV right now, right? So what kind of motivated seller are you looking for?
Probably W-2s, owner financing deals. Somebody's willing to take their equity over time, you know, along with this fixer-upper idea, 3-2s, that type of thing.
Okay,
Be my two major things, three major things.
very good, very good. All right. So when you view this business as a game, what do you need to win it? You know, what's your main goal, your reason why you're doing real estate investing? Write this down. When you know why you want something, you're more likely to take the effective actions necessary to get it. Okay? You're going to be more likely to commit to actually doing the deal, to actually getting it done. All right. So for instance, I lost my train of thought. For instance, my goal is to always have at least $250,000 in the bank account at all times, and I want at least $6,000 a month in passive income at all times. Why? Because I never want to feel obligated to work a job again. Okay? Raise one finger if you can relate to that. Okay? This one finger represents your one must-have reason, your one must-have goal. Okay? When you can share your goal, your reason why you're doing something with other people, they're going to be more passionate about helping you achieve it. Okay? So would anybody here like to share why they're doing real estate, which is completely different from what you want? Yes.
Mine is very simple. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, and I want to leave my family legacy.
There you go. Awesome.
And however I get that, I can.
Good job. Anybody else like to share the why?
I have 10 dogs and they're very expensive.
Just 10.
Very good one. Anybody else?
Wow.
I want to retire by the time I'm 30.
Very good. All right, thank you for sharing. So a little bit more about my background. I started out like most people. I listened to the gurus. They told me to go out and do list-targeted, repeat direct mailers. And I did that for about 8 months, and I got calls, but no deals. I tried vanity signs for about 12 months. I even got really good at placing them in high traffic areas, Walmarts, intersections, you name it, down low on the ground, high up on poles. I got really good at hiring people to place them for me, and yet I got nothing serious out of it. 12 months. Okay, it's a lot of work. I tried all these things you see here for months and months each, and 99% of the responses that I got were a complete waste of time. Okay, does this sound familiar to any of you guys? Nod your head, yes, it does. Yeah. So this is me over here, enthusiastically starting out with direct mail, thinking every piece of mail I send out is going to come back to me as money. That's what the guru said, okay? But over time, I began to realize that I was getting the same sort of mail from other businesses, and I didn't like it. They were giving me answers to all these questions that I hadn't even asked or had time for, such as, do I want insurance for a newborn? Do I want to buy a new hot tub? Do I want to go down to the dealership and try out a fake key, right? So that's when I finally sat back and looked at the math of it all, okay? So a standard marketing campaign has about a 3 to 5% response rate, okay? You might want to write some of this stuff down, it's good for reference. So that means that if you're sending out 1,000 mailers, 50 of them are going to come back with a response. Most of them are going to be a phone call, right? What's my house worth? Okay, why don't you remember my address right now? I want that offer, right? Why are you sending me mail? Don't send me mail, okay? 10% of the 50 that respond to you will actually request a bona fide offer. Okay, that's a conversion rate. 10% will actually convert to asking for an offer. So now we're down to 5 out of every 1,000, typically, that will ask for an offer. Out of those, not everybody's going to accept your offer. Everybody has different needs, different criteria, right? Turns out about 20% of offers are accepted. Okay, so that's 20% of the 5 that actually requested an offer. So we're down to 1 deal on average out of every 1,000 mailers. Okay, that's about 15 hours of setup time, plus $1,400 worth of printing, signing, stamping, stuffing, paper cuts, sticky fingers. Yeah, right, I've done this before, I know what I'm talking about. And then there's the other 49 people who didn't lead to a closed deal, who took about 10 minutes each of your time. That's an additional 8 hours of wasted time. Okay, so we're talking about 23 hours and $1,400 for a single deal with direct mail on average. And as I sat back and looked at the math, I was like, you know what, there has got to be a better way to do this. I don't like doing all this work. I don't like wasting all this time on the phone. answers or products or anything like that. I go online, right? I have a question, I get an answer. I want a product, I buy it. And I said, wait a sec, I'm just like everybody else, okay? Everybody searches online. Even the poorest people now have government subsidized smartphones, and they search online too. I know because I saw some in Vegas last week on the ground, talking to their homies. Their homeless homies, I guess. That's a homeless guy, why does he have a phone? So as I thought about it more, what I figured out is that what we're actually searching for online at any given moment is based on our emotional needs at that moment, in that instant, our emotional impulse. So to prove this, I want to do a little test. I want you to raise your hand if when you want to find something, the first thing you do is look in your mailbox. No? No? Okay. I would raise your hands if when you want to find something, the first thing you do is get in your car and look for a road sign. You guys don't get that? No? Okay, raise your hands if when you want to find something, you look for a business card, or a newspaper, TV, anything. Okay, raise your hands when you want to find something. The first thing you do is look online. Okay? Everybody bases their decisions based on their emotions, and then they go and back it up and logically find online. You need to advertise online. Everybody goes there first. So this is how it works. You go to Google, you type in a search. Information pops up. Guess what's at the top? Ads. Ads that respond to this emotional need. Okay, these are called pay-per-click ads, meaning that the advertiser only pays when somebody clicks on the ad and goes through to their website. No money is paid until the ad is clicked. Meaning that each of these ads you see here can show for free 1 million times before anybody pays money for them. Okay? Compare that to direct mail where you're paying for every time somebody sees it. $1.25 per mailer, 89 cents per mailer, whatever it comes out to. So if the advertiser only pays when the ad is clicked, how does the math compare? If you're using the standard marketing rates, the 5% response rate, 10% conversion, 20% deal, okay, and your cost per click is about $10, then you're looking at $500 per deal with online ads. Okay, that's 3 times the deals for the same amount of money and a whole lot less work than with direct mail. So I want you to raise 3 fingers and say 3 times the deals. 3 times the deals. Thank you. And are you beginning to realize the power of online ads to get you more money, more time, and more peace of mind? So I'm going to show you how to get your business set up and get in this game. All right, just imagine having a website like one of these. Beautiful graphics, clean, simple, easy to understand, fast to use. Say, oh yeah, if you like these kind of websites.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's great. You're just going to build one or have it built for you fast. All right? I recommend starting with a domain name provider like GoDaddy, and then choosing a domain name like bobbuysHouses.com, and then using a website editor like Weebly to build your website with easy drag and drop buttons and text. Okay. Follow these tips when choosing a name for your site. Okay, you want to make sure that your domain name provides professionalism and credibility, and you want to keep it short and sweet. So the most important to me on this chart is number 6. You want to keep your domain name to 27 characters or less between the 2 dots. Okay, that's important for text ads. So it'd be www.27characters.com. And then while you're at it, pick up similar domain names. There are some people that I've met who like to ask other people what their website is, so they can find out if there's any misspellings that they can capture and get the customers that may have misspelled while they were looking for their website. So make sure you capture similar domain names. Raise your left thumb if this is making sense. Left thumbs. Awesome. Okay. I like left thumbs. All right. Next, take the time to get a beautiful site built for your business. Offer big bold text right up front, what your ideal client will get by going with you. Put a brief value-oriented description right below that, and then put a big call to action button right below that. What your ideal client will get and fulfill, how they'll fulfill their emotional needs by doing business with you right now. That's their one button to getting that solution. Okay? Make sure all the text on your site is concise and effective. And before I move any further, I want you all to raise your hands if you do not already have a website. Does everybody here have a website? You already have a website. Okay, I want you to write something down. Even if you already have a website, you might want to write it down. Don't trip over the dollars to save on this. Okay? It's worth paying a few $100 or even less to my company to have a website built in order to make hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit in the long run. Okay, so 3 more words, just do it. Just get it done. Okay, just remember that this is Google's game, and they only keys. Okay, if you're going to play that, if you're going to beat the game, you've got to learn to play by their rules. Okay, Google is a business after all, and they decide to show or not show within their domain. They can decide to not show your website if it doesn't meet their policies. And I can tell you after 3.5 years of doing this and thousands of dollars spent, they they have a long list of policies, and they're not always so clear. In fact, rarely are they clear. Okay? In fact, say Zoom if you'd like to fast forward 3.5 years with me. Okay, Zoom. I'm a little offbeat here. I'm getting on it. That's all right. All right. Remember this website. Easy to remember domain name, tinleyleads.com. Easy to understand offer. Okay. Easy to find button to take action now. This is what you want to set up your site like. Okay. And now you know where to go to teach your website built and online fast. So once your website's built, what's the next thing you got to do? You got to grab attention. Thank you. You got to go out and get customers into your website. Website's just a storefront. It's just a business, right? So to do that, we're going to use Google AdWords. That's adwords.google.com. It's Google's free platform for advertisers. Okay? And AdWords has the following structure, which I often like to compare to going out to eat dinner. Okay, you have your type of restaurant, you have your menu of selections, and then you have your carbs and your proteins on each of your plates. You guys photographing it? So a campaign encompasses all the ads for a particular type of business, much like a restaurant serves a particular kind of food. Okay? And a restaurant only serves people looking for that kind of food in a certain geographic region, kind of like you see here. Okay, this example campaign is only going to show ads to people looking for what you offer in this highlighted region here, which can be adjusted from the global level down to the city level. Okay? Raise your pinky if you understand what I'm talking about. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Ad groups are inside each campaign. You can have multiple ad groups, okay, which are like the selections on the menu at a restaurant. Each ad group can be set to serve a different need of your ideal client. So, for instance, if you're a realtor who likes listings and buyers, you want to have a separate ad group for each. One for the listings, and one for the buyers. Okay, so you have your campaign, you have your multiple ad groups. Now remember what we're doing here. Okay, we're writing ads that speak to your client's emotional need. Okay? They're going to come in, they're going to type a keyword. The search is known as a keyword. Google's going to return solutions to them in the form of web pages. Okay, ads are going to be on the top. It's the keyword that Google uses to trigger which ads are shown. Okay? So keywords are very much like the carbs on the dinner plate. They give they're the emotional energy used to show your ads. Okay, so you want to think about your ideal client. You want to put yourself in their motivated shoes. What are they thinking right now? What are they going to go and type into that search? Okay? Write this down. Action-oriented clients type action-oriented keywords. Why? Because they have a problem. They got to find a solution. They need that now. They don't want to sell my home in the future. They want to sell my house now. Right? Action-oriented clients type action-oriented keywords. So you got to think about what their mindset is. Put yourself into their shoes. Now, as keywords are the carbs on the dinner plate, the text ads are like the protein. They give your business the strength to capture your client's attention and reel them into your website. Okay, you want to keep your text ads concise and effective. You want to make every line count, especially the headline. Okay? Write this down. A text ad is your client's first impression of your business. Okay, so think of it this way. You're driving down the highway, surrounded by the usual traffic. Camrys, Corollas, Civics, etc. And then all of a sudden, the bright green Lamborghini speeds right by. What do? Well, you look at it. You can't help it. It grabs your attention. Okay? And that's what you want your text ads to be like. You want them to grab attention. You want them to stand out from the crowd. Right? All right. So again, your ideal client comes into Google. They type in a search, a keyword, right? And Google is going to use that keyword to trigger your ads. Yes, sir?
Should that grab their attention kind of in a wacky sort of way, or actually be something that solves their problem?
You want to be professional, you want to set expectations, and you want to solve their problem. Right? If you're just off the wall, I mean, just put yourself in their shoes. If you're serious about selling a house right now, you want somebody who's serious about buying a house right now. Right? So you want to present yourself as credible and professional, and that you can get the job done quick. Everybody's online, and everybody who is online wants it done fast. Right? They want fast access, they want fast results, they want fast. And if you're motivated to sell, you probably want it even faster. Any other questions? You got the expert in front of you, so please ask questions. All right, so just remember to follow Google's rules, or they'll never let your business take off. Okay? So, based on what you see here, can I post an ad that says I sell soda for $1 a can? Sure I can. Can I post an ad that says I sell Coke for $1 a can?
No.
No. them because code is trademarked, right? So I can tell you, if you don't follow Google's rules or their policies, they will disapprove your ads. They will shut you down. They could suspend your account. They could give you a nasty gram, of which I've gotten several saying, hey, we don't like what you're doing, stop it, or we'll shut you down. This is business. If they shut you down, you don't need customers anymore. You're out. Okay? Your website too, gone. They shut down websites all the time. So make sure you follow Google's rules.
Now you find that page where you find that at, in analytics or something?
This page right here, this is a slice of the campaign. This is what a campaign looks like in AdWords. And when you do your ad, they'll tell you whether they approve or not. You want them to approve, right? So, and if they don't approve, if it's really bad, they'll send you a nasty gram saying, hey, you gotta fix this or you're done. If you get too many nasty grams, they record the nasty grams that they send you, the black marks. If you get too many of these over time, they will shut you down for just being a repeat black header. So, yes?
It says no redirection to another website.
Yes.
Well, how do you get them to your website then?
Well, so what that means is that you want to have like janbuyshouses.com. You want to have in your ad janbuyshouses.com. You don't want to have janbuyshouses.net because then it's going to redirect it to another site. You don't want your ad to say janbuyshouses.com and then have it go to a jansellsmotorcycles.net, so something like that. Yes?
When you say shut down, you mean you basically won't come up on a Google search?
You will not come up on a Google search.
Your
You will not be getting
website's
any more
still
business.
out there.
Your website could be shut down too, because if you're searching on your website itself is hosted on another provider. But if anybody were to search for your site through Google, they would not find it.
Is Google like, they dominate the search? Like, is anybody going to find you on Bing?
They got 90% of searches out there.
Is anybody?
90% of searches. So yeah, maybe 10% of the people might find you, right? But
Google knows
you
what
have to have a
advertise.
way for people to find you in the first place. You have to advertise. Right? If you just put a website out there, if you just post a website, nobody will know it's there until you tell people about it. You have to advertise it. Yes.
But if you unknowingly break one of their rules, they do send you a warning, so you could.
That's their warning.
Fix it or suspend it.
That's their warning right there.
So you have the option to fix it.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have the option to fix it. They want you to do business. They want you to pay money for advertising.
Yeah, but the warning like in your inbox once you sign up with Google, right? You see like a little red,
When you sign up with
Ding.
Google,
like Google Chrome when you set up the AdWord campaign and all that.
I haven't seen a warning notification. They probably have those. I haven't seen that
Yeah.
myself. I've been doing this for a while. I haven't seen that yet. But
Okay.
when you do go into AdWords, they will send you an email if they disapprove, saying, hey, you disapproved
Right.
this ad, please fix it. They'll put that in there. They might send you a nasty gram depending on how bad it is. Yeah.
Why have you gotten them?
Because I've done a lot of ads.
It's just a volume thing, it's not that you're really
It's
pushing
volume
the
thing.
envelope.
I've done a lot of ads for a lot of different clients, and different clients need different things, and some of them come close to get rich quick schemes by Google standards. So we've had to remold some websites and things to better meet policies. I've literally spent over 60 hours on the phone with Google directly, getting sites fixed up, trying to figure out what they want. They're really nice people, but the way they're set up is that they're very compartmentalized. They have the phone department where you call in and talk to them, and then they might be able to answer the really high level questions like what's wrong with my ad. Well, they go click on that and they tell you what's wrong with it. But if there's something specific that they don't know, they have to call another department. Oh, let me call my specialist. Okay, that's what they say. They call another department at Google, and they should know more in detail what they want to happen with your site. So I've done this. I've done about 20 hours of that. Okay, and even after 20 hours between the two departments, it could not be fixed. So I just had to redo a whole bunch of stuff. So they don't talk to each other very well. Yeah.
Brian, about the redirect. So if you have a website that is actually advertised on the site, and when they click that, that can't go to that website, which redirects to another website.
So this is just about the ads getting people to your website. Now, if you lead people to other websites behind it, then that's your business, right? You know, understand what I'm saying?
So how's that different than what you're mentioning there?
This can't be an automatic redirect.
It can't be an
False
automatic redirect.
advertising.
Exactly.
False advertising.
You can't have false advertising. They look for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But if you have like banner ads on the side of your page that lead to other pages, that's okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
What, okay, part of this is not knowing internet stuff, but what's a landing page then? Say you have TonyBuysHouses.net, TonyBuysHouses.com, buyhouses net. And so you don't want that many websites, can you, like, so if they click on those URLs, can they just get the one website, or?
No, because you can't redirect. You have to have them go to a specific working site, right? So if you have all those websites, you want to pick one for each campaign. You can have a different website per campaign, but each campaign has to focus on one website. So a landing page is a page, it's a single page usually, not a full website, where people come in and they are it's pretty much a hard sell for buying some product or signing up for something, right? That's considered a landing page, register now, buy now, that sort of thing. So if any landing pages look like a get rich quick scheme, like they want you to buy now to get something, guaranteed or not guaranteed, Google will say, hey, that does not meet our policy, you have to fix that.
So if you had 2 domain names, one website had all the mechanics behind it, the other one basically was out there just to catch traffic, they don't want that. And you click on this one, and it redirects you to the page on that one.
That's fine, if you're not advertising, if you just have the other one sitting out there for searching, for people who are searching, and it redirects, that's fine.
Okay.
They do have certain policies for websites. One major policy that they came up with on April 25th of last year was that your site has to be mobile ready, okay, which means your site has to work on all cell phones seamlessly. I know a guy whose business was based on internet leads, and he did not make his site mobile ready, and on April 26th, he told me he lost 90% of his online customers, just overnight, because of their change. So, and I'll tell you about another major change.
Are we able to build a website that's mobile ready?
Yeah, all website builders now make that very seamless, just go between the two. Any other questions about this? All right, so read these, photograph these, write these down, especially the bottom one. Okay, great marketers, great advertisers, always track their dollars and keep score. Okay, if you're not tracking your marketing, if it can't be measured, then how do you know it's working, right? I mean, you can go out there and put a sign on your car, for instance, which I've done in the past, but how do you actually measure if people are cleaning in off the sign?
They call you and ask them how they found out about you.
You could ask them how they found out about you. Yeah. Does everybody remember to ask people how they found out about you when they call in? Okay, time to start doing that. You gotta measure your marketing. Now track your dollars and make sure it's working. Okay. So now that I've told you what marketing is for and how to set up your business online, that's exactly what we want to do. We want to keep score. Okay, after all, this really is just a big game, big numbers game. And the aim of the game is to get your ads to show up at the top of the search. Okay, your ideal client comes in with an emotional must-have. Right now, they got to fulfill that need. And you want to be right there at the top to offer it to them. So I want you to raise your hands, point to the sky, and say, get to the top. Get to the top. Thank you. Thank you for the interaction.
Now, get to that top, you gotta have a bigger budget, or how do you get to that number one?
You have to be smart about it. It's not so much about budget, although that does come into play. You have to, like I said, 3.5 years of doing this.
Tricks.
You gotta know what to do. Yeah. A lot of people go out there and say, oh, I'm just gonna advertise and throw ads out there. And then they end up way at the bottom of the pile and nobody ever sees them. And they're like, oh, it's not working. Well, yeah, because
They don't wanna pay no more than $1 a click or $2 a click, I guess, and that's what.
well, there's the budget thing, but there's also getting the right keywords, getting the right kind of language in the ads. If you're looking for a motivated seller, you want ads that speak their language. You want to sell now? I want to buy now. I buy houses fast. Speaking that language back to them is important. Otherwise, they're going to be like, just move on. Move on to the next person. So they're looking for somebody who appears professional and credible, that can get the job done. And of course, you have to know what you want. You have to be advertising to the right kind of people.
Right.
Is that part of the ranking, how much is paid for the pay-per-click? Like all things else being the same, is that ranking, can you go up in the ranking by paying more?
Yes and no. If you don't pay more, you will not get a chance to show up in the rank. But even if you pay the most, that doesn't mean you'll show up at the top. Okay, it has to be relevant to what people are searching for. That's a big factor. Google has an algorithm, with so many different variables, and relevancy to what people are searching for is at the top of the algorithm. Okay, it also has to speak naturally. You can't have any weird language in your ads or anything like that. No, hearts and smiley faces. Google doesn't like that. They want natural language in their advertising. Raise your right thumb if this is making sense so far. Right thumbs. Thank you. All right. So the other major change that I mentioned was that these ads that used to be over here on the side, you guys remember that, right? You go onto desktop, see the ads on the side. As of February 19th of this year, they moved all these way down to the bottom. So, and that's for cell phones, you know, because people are on tablets, they have a smaller viewing space, they want to push all that stuff to the bottom. So the user gets a better experience on their tablet. Now because of that, if you're not in the top 3 ads, you're pretty much not going to get seen. Okay, so you have to be really smart about what you're doing and watch out for these changes that Google comes up with.
How did you find out about the changes? Just,
What's that?
how did you find out about the changes? Just.
I'm in contact with Google all the time, emails, phone, yeah.
So how you get to that number 1 organic, I guess you gotta, right there below the ads,
Yeah.
online advertising, words, right there.
So that's, so I'm not sure how much you all know about this stuff. Are you familiar with the term SEO, search engine
Yeah,
optimization? Okay. So SEO is a way to get your ad to show up at the top for free, but the top means this position right here. Okay? Everything that's paid will always show up higher because this stuff is free. SEO is a process of getting people to like your site, to link back to your site. It takes time on the internet. You have to show that you're credible and around for a period of time. And you have to have the right kind of keywords in your site. There's a strategy to it. You also have to have natural language, you have to be relevant, a whole bunch of other stuff. So using SEO as a tactic to get to the top of the page is possible. It's a good thing to do, but it'll take you a really long time. Okay? Guys that are at the top of the page, they've usually been on there for at least a year, 2 years, 3 years, and a lot longer. But you can come in with a paid ad and be at the top on day 1 because you're paying.
Right.
So you can totally avoid the whole mess of SEO and trying to ask people to like your site and all this kind of stuff. You can surpass that on day 1 by doing paid ads and getting your ads to the top.
Is that what you mean when you say text advertising?
These are text ads.
Text
Yeah,
ads.
all text.
That's the yellow square.
The yellow square just says, yeah, it shows you that it's an advertisement. Do any of you have any questions about this? Any other questions?
Thank you.
Sure.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are there only 3 slots for ads?
It varies. Generally, there's 3 on average. The rest are pushed down to the bottom. There's an infinite number of slots, right? But it's 3 that usually show up at the top. Okay. The rest are down at the bottom. You know, every search page that you go to have ads on it. Sometimes they push these a little bit based on whether there's hot news in regards to the topic that you search on. So you might see these move up and down a little bit on the page because Google wants ultimately to give their users a really good experience in what they're doing.
So everybody's going for the top 3 spots, obviously.
When you're a motivated seller,
What's that?
when you're a motivated seller, you're looking at the world a little bit differently, right? You and I, we probably don't answer direct mail very often. We probably don't call bandit signs back a whole lot often, you know, unless we're wholesalers maybe. But we go and search online, right? Motivated sellers, they're on the lookout for a solution. They need to solve that problem now, and just like everybody else, they're going to go online first. If they see the first solution they see that looks good to them, they're going to click on it, whether it's an ad or not. Yes?
And the top 3, are they based sort of geographically too? Is that linked into that?
Yeah, it's
So
based
if
on.
somebody was searching in Nebraska would not get the same 3 as somebody who's searching in Claremont?
So Google AdWords is really cool. It's very in-depth. I could tell, so I could be based in Claremont or whatever, and I can tell Google AdWords to only show my ads to Nebraska. And I can also tell Google to only show my ads to people who are looking here from Nebraska.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So it can, okay.
Yeah. Edwin first, sorry.
Do those ads rotate, like, does Google take the top 3, and if you click again, then you have another set of 3, would that normally happen?
Yes, well, sort of. So there's billions of searches going on every day, almost every minute, right? Each of these ads is going to be assigned a budget, okay, for the cost per click. So if my budget, so if I have a budget of $10 for the day, you might say, and my ad shows up at the top, if somebody clicks on that, it spends my $10, and my ad is now off the list. Now these guys move up. Now they're at the top of the list. So everybody's always rotating out because of the spending that's going on. So it's really cool because now everybody gets a chance to be at the top, right? It keeps rotating, it keeps bringing people up from the bottom. Yes?
Do you have a certain time of day that you can tell
You can specify times of days. Yeah. You can specify days of the week. You can specify months. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah. So some motivated sellers are going to be really motivated late at night because they're stressed out. They got to do something, right? So you have your ad show after midnight, maybe. You know.
because, I don't know if it's just me, and I don't want to spend money, maybe cheap or something. Usually look at those ads as ads.
Right.
Like, I don't want to spend money, so I avoid the ads and click the top SEO free one. Do you see that happening, or is that just me?
Well, that's because you're not a motivated seller.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I always ignore the ads.
I know I ignore them.
I do too, but I'm not a motivated seller. Hold on, I got a response to that even. Do people call bandit signs? Do you get calls on bandit signs?
Yeah.
You do. I got calls.
Not many.
Not many, but who calls? Who calls a bandit sign? Sorry, Jack. Honestly, I mean, a non-motivated seller is not going to call a bandit sign unless they're wholesaling. If they're trying to invest or do something like that. We're just not in that mindset as investors, right? But then you become a motivated seller, and all of a sudden the whole world opens up, and you're like, that's my solution. That's my solution. And you start looking at things differently. So you really got to put yourself in their shoes. What are they thinking?
So you're basically saying that if they're desperate, let's say, they're in a house upside down, they're desperate, they can't feed their family. When you see an ad at the top,
They can't feed their
they're
family, but they
most
still have a cell
likely,
phone.
yeah, they're most likely going to, click on that if it connects to them,
If it resonates with what they're looking for. Yes.
whether it's an ad or not.
Yeah. And just a brief story real quick. I remember asking Charles to, remember asking Charles to go look at a house for me in Titusville. And because the seller, they called me, they said they were desperate to sell, okay? And I said, hey Charles, there's this really good looking house over in Titusville, would you mind checking it out? It might be something you're interested in, maybe we could work out a deal. Charles went over there, and I think you might remember this, the house was full of holes from guns, from gunshots. They had the house running on a car battery, okay? They had no ceiling. I mean, Charles has the full description. All they had was a cell phone, it sounded like. That's what they lived with, was a cell phone, because it's government subsidized. You don't have to pay for it. Like, I literally saw people on the ground sleeping in Las Vegas with cell phones. And it's like, what? His cell phone's better than mine. Government issue, exactly. Yes.
My question was, you do a website, is any of the stuff that 10 billion leads do, will it ever come up? Just do you optimize the search part where your website, do you help with websites so that they just come up in the search down where Steve clicks?
So we do build websites for people, but we don't care about SEO. We really just don't care because we know if we pay a buck or two, we're already beating them as a game. For a motivated seller, they're going to look at the top.
Okay.
Now, that's not to say that our sites wouldn't rank on SEO. We just don't focus on it. We just don't really care. I hope it does, but you know what I mean?
It doesn't mean.
Yeah. The most important thing for a website, and this goes for everybody, is that your website converts, that it does the job. Who cares what it looks like, whether it's purple or green or black, as long as it gets people to ask you for an offer. That's what matters. We're in business, right? We're not here to customize or personalize our websites. We want to get the job done as investors. So that's where all these places come in with templates. Hey, I'll sell you my template. Get the template, it converts well, and then they let you change the background color or something, something that's not very drastic, but the ultimate goal, again, is to get people to ask you for an offer once they come in. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So here's a scale to help you keep score by, okay? I want to talk about each of these. So page position is going back to this right here. This is the page position. How high on the page are you? Okay, so the smaller the number, the better you're doing. Okay? Competition rank is how often your page is shown versus your competitors. Okay, you want your page, not your page, your ad. You want your ad to be shown more often than your competitors. And you want your ad to show higher up on the page at the same time. Okay, Google allows you to look at these sort of statistics. Click-through rate is how well do people respond to your advertising. Okay, how many people that saw your ad, how many of them actually clicked on your ad and went through to your site? Okay, that's your response rate. Same as direct mail. How many people got your mail? How many people responded to it? Okay, conversion rate is how many of those actually went to your contact page and asked for an offer. Just like with direct mail, how many did you actually talk to on the phone that really wanted an offer? Okay, same sort of deal. And then deal rate, this is, it's totally a personal thing, is how many of those people that requested an offer did you actually close on a deal? How many took your offer and led to a closed deal? So, you haven't gone, in any form of marketing, if you haven't gone from at least average to decent within 3 months, do what Charles said, hire an expert, okay? Any form of marketing that you might be doing, hire an expert to help you figure out what's going on and to get better. 10BL is where I'm at after 3.5 years, thousands of dollars spent, and it can take some time to get really good at something. Or you can hire somebody to help you be good at it, like that. Is there any questions about this? Okay, but here's some real life examples from campaigns I'm managing right now to show you that it's completely possible to do better than average and to continue to improve. Okay, that's kind of my mission in life, is to always improve for myself and those who I work with. Now these are slices from individual campaigns. Okay, and each of the rows in each of these, they're separate campaigns, they're different. Each of the rows represents a different ad. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so impressions, this is impressions. This shows you that the amount of people that see your ads can vary greatly, from 165, for instance, all the way up to 3,600 for these 2 different ads that are shown in this campaign. Okay, this is a slice of data that Google gives you. Number of clicks can vary greatly. Okay, you can get an ad that only got a couple clicks, or an ad that had 112 clicks, or even thousands. Okay, but just because you got clicks doesn't mean they were the right kind of clicks. Cost per click. This shows you what you're paying per click on each of these different ads that are running. Okay, cost per click in Central Florida for motivated sellers can range from, I've seen it down as low as $2.50, and I've seen it as high as $73 per click. Okay, supply and demand. There's a lot of competition out there. You have to be smart about how you bid too. Average position on page. Google's telling me that of all the ads that I ran in this campaign, they were all in positions 1 or 2 on average. Okay, that's right up at the top. CTR. This is your click-through rate. Okay, the 100%, that was a fluke. That was just a 1 out of 1. But this is real, 45%. 45% of the people that saw my ad right here responded to it. They clicked through and went to my website. Okay, 15%, 8%. My average is about 7 to 9% right now for click-through rate. This is competition rate. My ads for this campaign that I was managing showed 96% of the time. My nearest competitor showed 74% of the time. And he was down to positions 3 and 2. I was up in positions 1 and 2. This guy down here, this is actually a shot from Google Analytics. This is showing you here that 63% of the people that went to this contact page from the ads that I was managing said, yes, I want an offer. That's 2 out of every 3. That's really good. That's my top performing page. No, my pages do that, but it's possible to get really high numbers. That's the point of showing you guys these things. So it can be done. Do you have any questions on these?
What's trouble?
Just one.
Does Google protect or defend against, I don't know how else to say it, professional clickers? I mean,
Yes.
are there people out there that just click, 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 I'm just going to click, 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 click?
There are people who do that, and yes, they do protect against that.
How do they do that,
They actually show you the number of invalid clicks, and you don't pay for them.
Okay,
There's
good.
actually a column when you look at your campaign. They'll show you how many people are trying to take your money.
Which could be
How can they tell?
Which could be your competitors, which could be just people who accidentally clicked.
How can they tell?
IP address, repeat offenders, so to say. Google has a lot of data. Yeah, they check everything. They really do.
Oh, they had a computer that, charge you from the phone.
Yeah, some people do that. They're trying to do that. You're going to ask a question?
What's trouble?
Oh yeah, Dropbox. Okay, so this is showing you that when you build a website, you want people to come in and you want them to stay, right? You want them to do something. This is showing that 8 people came in and then immediately left. They just came in, didn't like what they saw, and they left. So you want people to continue through and do something on your website. That shows you that the website's working. Yes.
How do they measure that? Like if someone heads back and goes back to Google,
Yeah, they're tracking clicks. I mean, I can track the flow of people through my website with Google Analytics. Anybody here can do that. It's a free tool. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But they track where you're from, what kind of device you're using, how much time you spend on the site, a whole bunch of stuff. It's really quite impressive. All right, so here's something to think about. A smart marketer hires an expert to run the ads for them and can get 11 times the deals of this average competitor for little to no effort at all on his part. Okay, point to yourself and say smart marketer. Very good. Point up front and say expert.
Expert.
You know where to find me. Making sure you're alive, that's all. All right. So write this down. To win daily, you've got to be smarter than your competition. It's never, ever, ever about working harder. putting out signs for hours. Trust me, I've been there late at night. If you're going out there and, getting paper cuts and sticky fingers from writing too many mailers, getting hand cramps, trust me, I've been there, you're working too hard. Okay, you really are. Ads can be set up in a matter of hours. Mailers and signs take days to figure out if they're even working. Okay, we can do all these things you see here to get you more of the deals you really want. Online ads. Okay, we do them fast. I want to photograph those and write those down. Okay.
Is there recommended keywords? Or those, you develop those out of your
Keywords are
target
developed
market?
over time. Yeah. Okay. So customers and competition change their needs by the minute, and traditional ads really don't have the flexibility to keep up with that. Okay. Your average mailer takes about a month to see if it's even working. Okay, to see if it's even going right. Okay. Online ads can change in a flash. Okay, there's a lot more flexibility there. In fact, raise your hands if you believe that perceptions can be changed in an instant. Of course they can. Look at the stock market, right? Changes on the whim. But fortunately online, Google gives us protections against that with these free tools. I recommend you guys use all these for your websites that you have currently. So Google Analytics is a tool that allows you to see everything that's happening on your website. Okay, it allows you to track everything. Where the person's from, what they're doing, how long they stay, whether they're on a cell phone, Apple or Android, a whole bunch of stuff. Google Trends allows you to check the popularity of keywords over the last 15 years. Okay? So you can go back and look in 2005 and, Britney Spears was pretty hot back in 2005. Okay? 2008, short sales and foreclosures. Okay? Look at Google Trends. See what's happening. I can tell you guys Airbnb has a huge trend right now. Airbnb is hot. Okay? It's very interesting. You can also go, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. Webmaster is where you can put your website in and check for bugs, check for the technical issues of your website. Google's going to tell you whether your website's working. You might think it's working because you're building it, but does Google think it's working? Because that's what matters. Okay? And then page speed insights is where Google tells you whether your customer will think it's working. They'll give you an idea as to how fast your site is running and give you a rating for your user experience, which is really neat. They're going to give you an idea because it's not always easy for us to think in terms that the customer might think in. Okay? So they have a lot of good tools. What I was going to say about Google Trends, since we're kind of an exclusive group here, the other thing I also do is I use Amazon. I go look on the most popular selling books. Okay, right now, Brandon Turner from Bigger Pockets is selling a lot of books. You want to find people who fill out Bigger Pockets? There's a lot of people there, and they love the book. He's at the top of a lot of stuff. So check Amazon for data as well.
Can you go back one second?
This one?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Now, in addition to those, you also have the ability to look at competitors, not only in the local market, but also at the global scale, right? Kind of like watching the footage of an old football game to see what your competitors are up to. If you like something that your competitor's doing, copy it, right? Make it your own. Don't plagiarize, but copy their layout, copy their strategies. Now, does all this really work? You bet it does, okay? But don't take my word for it. Listen to somebody like Rob Arnold. Hopefully you guys all know him. He's one of the top brokers in the Orlando area. He's got 149 realtors working for him. He was doing ads really since 2009. He got heavily into it in 2013. And he just found that he didn't have enough time to focus on his business. Ads can take a long time. 3.5 years for me. So he decided to hire somebody smart to do his ads so he could focus on running his business. On day 2, we increased the effectiveness of his ads by 3,400%. He just didn't know what he was doing. Okay? Here's Julie Langer. She's a beginner realtor investor. She's been doing this for about a year now. She was so enamored with the amount of leads that we got her that she actually did a Facebook post showing her ad at the top of the page that we were managing. We also work with a wide variety of other people in the real estate industry, doing their ads for them. Real Las Vegas, that's Chris Patchy, Real Wealth as well. We have wholesalers that we work with in the room, and of course, realtors and investors, and property managers. Bottom line, Google advertising works. Okay, and for those of you who are ready to take serious action, you know where to go to get more deals in a lot less time. So, I have a little more bonus material, but I want to make sure you guys want to see it, because you guys are kind of dead for lunch right now. You guys want to see some bonus material?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to explode your minds a little bit? how I run my investing business. I respond to leads literally instantly, and I send offers back to them in 30 minutes or less. 30 minutes or less. Bonafide offers. This is how I do it. Okay? And this is how you do it. Set up a website where you're building trust and professionalism. Okay, you want to start building rapport from site one. Okay, from first site. You want to start building rapport with the people that are coming in. You want to get an ad going that is going to get your people to go to your website. Okay, so you want to grab their attention and get them into your website. Show them that you're professional, that you can do the job. And then you want to set up a customized CRM, which we can help you with as part of our business. A customized CRM. First of all, does everybody know? Does everybody know what a CRM is? Customer Relationship Manager. Okay, it's a piece of software. It's like a back-end web page that organizes all your sales data, and all your client data. Okay, and what CRMs can do nowadays is they can also crunch numbers and send out emails for you and do a whole bunch of other tasks, kind of like a VA, a virtual assistant, but it's totally automated, right? It's totally software. So you can set up a customized CRM that can create a contact form for you that you can put on your website. Now, when a person comes into Google, they type in that search, they click on your ad, they go to your website, they're going to go to the contact form if they like what they see. They're going to put their information in. Make sure you're not trying to grab too much information, right? These people want to have fast response. Once they hit submit on that contact form, it's going to go straight into the CRM. Their information is going to go straight to that software. And the CRM instantly is going to send an email back saying, hey, this is an autoresponder email saying, hey, I see that you're there, I see that you want an offer, I'm working on it right now, I'll get back to you real soon. Okay, so they get an instant response, literally within seconds. Okay? Now when they do that, the CRM also sends you an email saying, hey, this person just came in, they want an offer now, get back to them as soon as you can. Or you can have that email sent to people who are working for you. Okay? You can pull it out and automate this process. Now once you're notified that somebody actually requested an offer from you, you go into your CRM, just log in, right? And you put your comps, your market analysis, you get your number for that house, like $1 per square foot, and you just pop that number into the CRM. You hit OK, and it's going to auto-crunch what your offers will be on the fly, within seconds, okay? And then if you like what those offers will be, you can have them sent out immediately as soon as you're ready. Crunch the numbers, send the emails. So as fast as you can find the comps on a house is as fast as you can get an offer back to the people that you want to talk to. Raise your left pinky if this is making sense. Okay. Okay. Yeah, have any questions on this? Yes.
A basic CRM like Zoho won't do that automatically. You're using apps or scripts
Yeah.
to
Well, I
make.
use Zoho, and it's customized. I had it built for me, and now I help build it for other people as well. But yeah, I have it, just
So
like
this number
Toyo.
crunching is like an add-on.
The number crunching is in the, you can have it in there's like what's it called? Website templates, there's some fields and stuff you can put back in there, and you can have it auto-calculate numbers for you. Just hit a button, well done. Yeah. Yes.
When you're saying it's doing the offers, can it do multiples?
I actually send out 3 to 4 offers with every email. Yeah. I have it crunch all of them for me, I have it create the email for me. All I do is tell it I'm done, send it out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you could have it set up so it automatically goes out. You have it set up so you can see it.
I like to see the comps,
Yeah.
but I do know people who have this set up to automatically go to Zillow
Yeah.
or whatever, pull data, and then send out an offer like that. Yeah. So, totally possible. So, back before I had this stuff, I was like most people. I had direct mail, I had bandit signs, all that stuff going out there, and people would call, what kind of offer do you want to make on my house? Well, give me a couple hours, I'll get back to you. Right? When they go to a website, they do this sort of thing. I've got my foot in the door within 30 minutes. I've got it there.
Right. You
Yeah.
said you had that software built for you. If somebody becomes your client, is that available to them, or?
It's an additional cost because it takes a lot of work to set up, but yes, that's what we have available. So, is there any other questions about this? You got the expert right in front of you. Ask away.
To get the comps, do you have to have MLS access?
Well, I have MLS access through Christine, but to get comps, you could go to the property appraisers, you can go to Zillow if you want those kind of comps. You have a lot of different options. You can go to myfloridahomesmls.com, which is a public MLS feature, where you can look up comps for free. Might take you a little bit longer, but you can still get an offer back in an hour, I'm sure, you know. Probably even less than that, if you'll go at it. Okay, so here's the normal cost of our services for you guys who are thinking about doing this. But Charles requested that I slash those, and he requested that I give you guys a deal for just you guys. This is not offered to anybody else, so don't tell anybody else about this. 2 months for the price of one of our Google plus Facebook advertising management. We also do Facebook, okay? We're waiving the activation fee for you guys forever. And if you don't have a website already, no problem, we can build it for you, no big deal. Get a total value of $1,375 for just $4.99 for you guys only. Just make sure you go through Charles, and that way I'll know where to send the deal to. That's it.
Sorry, I kind of cut you off there.
That's all right.
At the bottom at the start, it says it's not include your desired advertising budget.
That's correct.
Can we go over the advertising budget?
Sure. So I'm an advertising manager, right? I'm managing the advertisements, I'm making sure they're going to the right place and saying the right kind of stuff. But you have to tell me how much you want to spend on advertising, right? So all the money that is spent on advertising for the budget is going to come through me and go to Google and Facebook, because they got to get paid for actually showing advertisements, right? So like I showed in the first, like I showed in one of the first slides, I recommend at least $500 if you want a deal per month. Some people don't want one deal per month, some people want more,
So
right?
$500 a month.
Generally about $500 for a deal every month. Now compare that to direct mail where you spend $1,400 for one single deal, plus 23 hours of time. And you can see that there's a huge advantage to doing this. Plus I'm working on these ads for my clients all the time. I'm always improving them. And the improvements that I get from other people's ads, I put in each person's ads. So it's kind of like a communal improvement that I apply to everybody. Same thing on Facebook. So like I said, I always like improving. That's kind of one of my goals in life.
That's $4.99 a month for each month?
Generally, yes. Yeah, if you're doing monthly, it's $4.99 a month, but you get 2 for the price of one with Charles. Okay. Yes, sir.
Have you been able to track your deal conversion rate with your automated method?
Yes. Well, so the deal rate is how well I close deals from the offers that I send out, and I'm doing 20% right now.
Just from the automatic one?
Yeah, yeah. It fluctuates, you know, depending on time of year, season, that sort of thing. But yeah.